A portion of this video is sponsored by Casetify. If you're in the market for a Pixel 6 or a Pixel 6 Pro case, then Casetify is the company that you definitely need to check out. These Pixel 6 cases are some of the best cases I've tested out on a Pixel device. They provide you up to 6.6 feet of drop protection, are made of 65% recycled materials, and shipped to you in 100% recycled packaging. These cases feature a technology called Defensify, which prevents 99% of bacteria from sticking to the surface of the back of your phone. Not to mention, these are some of the most customizable cases you can find on the internet. You can add your name or a monogram and customize the lines and design based on your own unique preference. So if you guys want to check out Pixel 6 Casetify cases, then make sure to check the link in the description below and you will get a 15% discount off of your entire purchase. Okay, so in my time with the Pixel 6, this device can be described as a device that ages like fine wine. Sort of like my favorite basketball player, LeBron James.
Smith's screen, Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life!
Let's be real for a second. The initial launch of the Pixel was a buggy mess. The fingerprint scanner was unresponsive, the battery life was shot, and there were strange bugs such as poor cellular reception and the Wi-Fi functionality being rendered completely useless. However, with every update, the Pixel 6 is slowly but surely getting better and better. It does look like Google is trying their best to iron out some of their most annoying bugs. And as of the latest update in June, Google's latest flagship, the Pixel 6, seems to be running a whole lot smoother, operating a bit faster, and the battery life is lasting a tad bit longer. In this video, I want to share with you guys my long-term thoughts on the Pixel 6. And let's find out if choosing the Pixel 6 over other devices such as the iPhone 13 and the S22 is worth it after the updates.
I don't understand why you're thinking of you had me at alone.
How's it going, everyone? My name is RJ and this is the Pixel 6. In this video, we're going to discuss my experience using the Pixel 6 as my daily driver after the updates. This is my long-term review of my experience with the Pixel 6. And in my opinion, long-term reviews are something that is truly missing from the YouTube tech community. Far too often, we only ever get a 2-week or at most a 1-month review of new devices. So on my channel, I do want to focus on filling that void in the tech community. So if you do like what you see in this video and you want to stick around for more Pixel content, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. While you're at it, if you guys could drop a like on this video, that would be much appreciated, because ultimately that does help push my video to a larger audience, which immensely aids in growing the channel. Okay, let's get right down to the video. With the Pixel 6 lineup, Google had one goal in mind. They wanted to roll out a Pixel device that was not only appealing to a niche group of enthusiasts, but also a device that would catch the eyes of the masses. This was done by completely redesigning this device, improving the cameras by adding new sensors, all while keeping the Pixel 6 rather affordable. I mean, coming in at $599, you'd be hard pressed to find another Android device that offers better value. Google did send out the Pixel 6 Pro to me, but I went ahead and picked up the regular Pixel 6. I really wanted to know what kind of a downgrade it was to go from a Pixel 6 Pro to the Pixel 6. And as it turns out, I'm not really missing out on much on the regular Pixel 6. Let me explain. With the Pixel 6, you are saving $300, but you do miss out on a telephoto camera, a larger display, a bit more RAM, and a bigger battery. The display you find on the Pixel 6 is a 90Hz panel as opposed to a 120Hz panel found on the Pixel 6 Pro. Quite honestly, I don't notice too much of a difference going down 30Hz to a 90Hz panel. To me, a 90Hz panel and a 120Hz panel are one and the same. I thought to myself during daily interactions, I noticed the Pixel 6 being a little less smoother and a little less fluid. But I really didn't notice much of anything. The Pixel 6 is just as smooth as the Pixel 6 Pro. Scrolling Twitter, Instagram, and just general web browsing does feel like butter. The only time I do wish I had a 120Hz display is when I'm gaming. Playing games like Call of Duty Mobile felt a bit smoother and a little bit more responsive on the Pixel 6 Pro. My general assumption is that the average consumer doesn't game on the regular like I do. So many users, in my opinion, won't care that the Pixel 6 comes with a 90Hz panel. Now, the Pixel 6 Pro does have the bigger battery. It's about 8% bigger than the battery found on the Pixel 6. But you do have to remember that a bigger battery is powering a bigger panel. So in my experience, battery life on both of these devices have been nearly identical. You see, with Pixel devices, it does take some time to see some good screen on times. The phone learns your habits over the course of 2 to 3 weeks and optimizes the battery based on the user's habits. This is called adaptive battery. Once the adaptive battery did kick in, my screen on times did see a major improvement. I'm now able to average around 6.5 hours of screen on time on both of these devices with similar use cases. Most of my time spent with the Pixel 6 is spent outdoors, so I'm using a 5G connection, streaming YouTube content, sending a few emails, making a few phone calls, and the brightness is dialed all the way up. All of this, and I have no issues getting through a full days of usage without experiencing any battery anxiety. And with each and every update, the battery life does seem to get a little bit better. It does take a little bit for adaptive battery to kick in, but once it does, I'm all here for Google's battery optimization. Now, a big appeal with buying Pixel devices has always been first day software updates. With the Pixel 6, Google has been struggling with this. It seems like older Pixel devices and other Androids are getting updates quicker than the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. Now, there is some speculation as to why this is. It seems like Google is having trouble with rolling out quick updates for the newly embedded Tensor chipset. There is a little bit more optimizing involved for the Tensor chip, hence the update delays. But I'm pretty sure all of this will be ironed out with time. Let's not forget that this is a Google phone, meaning with the Pixel 6, you get to experience Google's own unique spin on Android. There are just so many useful features I find myself using on the Pixel 6 all the time. Useful features such as call screening, the magic eraser, hold for me, reverse wireless charging, now playing, and my favorite, voice to text. If you currently own or are planning to purchase a Pixel 6, voice to text is the one feature that will keep you coming back to this phone. There is really no need to ever type on the Pixel 6. This phone is able to comprehend and dictate speech flawlessly, and it backs up the dictation with proper punctuation. I tweet using voice to text, I write out emails using voice to text. Heck, I even wrote out the script for this video using voice to text. That's how good it is. Voice to text is much more efficient than typing, and it does save me a lot of time throughout my day. It's great to see with updates, Google is ironing out some of their major bugs. The Fingerprint Reader is now more responsive than ever before. I have no issues with it whatsoever now, although I do wish Google went back to a physical fingerprint reader like what was found on the Pixel 5. It was placed in the perfect position on the back of the device, and it doubled down as a swipe down button for the notification panel. Getting back on topic, there are no more UI crashes, the Wi-Fi is consistent and strong, and I haven't experienced any cellular signal drops. The Tensor chipset has surprisingly been a great performer. The Tensor chip combined with 8GB of RAM has been a pleasure to use. Animations, transitions, and overall interactions are just fluid. I do play quite a few games on my Pixel 6 and I haven't experienced any lag or frame freezes. However, at least once a week a game will completely crash on me, leaving me with no options but to restart the game. The structural integrity of the Pixel 6 has held up quite well. The build quality is top notch, no pun intended. You do get Gorilla Glass on the front and the back and it's held up pretty well. I do use my Pixel 6 with the case, but every now and then I find myself being brave and rocking this thing naked. If you do want to pick up some fresh new Pixel 6 cases from our channel sponsor Casetify, there is a link in the description below and you will get a 15% discount off your entire purchase. Definitely do check out Casetify because they make some unique eco-friendly protective cases and there are a plethora of options on their website for anyone and everyone. Remember on the Pixel 4 XL, Google opted to go with a telephoto lens over an ultra-wide lens as their secondary camera, and this caused a huge uproar amongst the tech community. Well, at that time I found myself using a telephoto a whole lot more than an ultra-wide, so I thought it was the right decision. In 2022, however, I use an ultra-wide lens a whole lot more than a telephoto, and with the Pixel 6 you get both a wide and an ultra-wide angle lens. This camera system is really fun to use. The camera software optimization is great, and I still believe this phone takes the best still images coming from a smartphone. The video quality, however, is not the greatest. Apple and Samsung are still ahead of the Pixel in the video department, but it's not all that bad. I mean, just take a look at some of this footage. It is usable and I would probably post these videos on social media. I did do a whole breakdown on the Pixel 6's cameras in my Pixel 6 Pro review. I will link that for you guys in the description below if you want to see a more in-depth look of the camera capabilities. Based on my experience, I can confidently say now that after the updates, the Pixel 6 is one of the best value options out there for a smartphone. Coming in at $599, you get to experience great software, stellar performance, exclusive Pixel-only features like voice to text, and a very good camera system capable of delivering some fantastic images. If you made it till the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I want to know who you guys are, so drop a peach emoji down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to flex with your Pixel 6 tech.